Okay, so this evening we've been just changing out LED light bulbs in all of the interior for the dome lights, the footwell lights, everything else. And I got to the reverse lights, and it was a little bit trickier than I expected. Generally speaking, everything on the rest of the car just kind of pops out with a plastic piece that you just push in with like a razor blade or a plastic tool. So I figure for the actual reverse light itself, I will go ahead and hopefully show what this process is like. I did the driver's side just a second ago and figure I would show what the passenger side looks like. Hopefully you can see this. This is a GoPro chesty mount, so I don't really know how this is gonna work. But there's basically three 10 mil bolts that hold the taillights in place. Just remove these nuts, which are fairly loose, fairly easy. You could probably get these with your fingers. The real trick, though, is separating the taillight from the body without damaging either. And I highly suggest grabbing a cheap little kit from Amazon like that with some plastic tools to help keep damaging your interior panels when you're doing work on either on the inside or outside of the car. So as you can see, I broke one of these recently. This is actually my favorite one. It's always your favorite one you break because you use it the most. So basically what you're going to want to do is separate the tail light from the body, and you can see the little bolts come through the actual metal itself of the tailgate. So you basically just want to try to wedge a couple of these in there so that you create some space. Yeah, just like that. Wow, that came out way easier than the first one. You just want to create space between the body and the tail light without damaging anything, and these work pretty well when you just kind of wiggle them out. And these work well if you just sort of wedge them in there so that when you loosen one side, it doesn't tighten the other. And I always keep a third one just in case, like this. You know, Toyota uses really, really robust clips and stuff, so yeah, see, it's really close. Come on. It's so close. Just don't want to break any of these parts because you know they're expensive. Man, it's so close. This is this last little bit. Of course, the strut wants to lift off on you too. Okay, there we go. So that's basically it. You just lift them out of their little holes. And you have this kind of trapdoor thing. Just lift open, twist. Kind of big bulbs, so you kind of have to play with it. And of course, that one just fell into the housing, which is pretty funny, but not really. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go get a screwdriver. I will be back. Okay, so funny story. I thought I was gonna have to disassemble this entire taillight to get the loose bulb out, but I kind of played pinball with it and kind of rolled it around like that and was able to pull it out through the hole here. So we are in good shape. I got a little nervous there. Anyway, so the old bulb is out now, which is great. And the only thing left to do is to just add the new bulb in. I don't really know this brand. It just seemed to have good reviews on Amazon and was affordable. So this is the one I went with. Hopefully it's good. I don't endorse this brand by any means unless it's great, and I totally do. So these just click right back into the original spot, and I do not think polarity matters on this style of bulb, but I would definitely suggest double checking it to ensure that it's good before installing it back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick and then we'll be right back. Just check the polarity on these and they are good to go. Didn't need to adjust or anything like that. So this is ready to put back into the housing, and it's just the reverse. So you just take this, and the body of the bulb is a bit longer now, so it's a little bit of a chore to fit in there, but it does fit, at least the other side did. So hopefully this won't cause any drama. Of course, it's not easy when you think people are watching. Okay, twist that in, make sure that the wiring gets tucked back into the housing so it does not get pinched. Make sure these are lined up properly. Okay. Then you just want to grab the 3 10mm nuts. Make sure they lined up properly. That's the thing, you want to be sure each one of these grabs threads and just kind of do it loosely so you don't over tighten any one side of the lens and potentially crack it. You want these to go on really nice and even, and you should get a pretty positive lock once you got the nuts on, to just be sure they line up, and then you can kind of go through and tighten these. I like to do it by hand until you can't really do it anymore, and then just finish up with your 10mm ratchet, and you are pretty much good to go. All right, so it's that easy. Just a couple minutes per side. Just don't be shy with it. You have to kind of pull and just make sure the nuts are loosened and you're good to go. I'll do a before and after pic right after this.